you black, don't eat at Texas Roadhouse, man. Don't go there, bro. So I guess in Facebook, there's this group chat of these white supremacist people, and it's like 400,000 of them, bro. That's a lot of people. And I think majority of them are like like servers. And they said if they got black customers, they gonna do stuff to your food. Our food? You can't even eat safe? They gonna lick it. It got so bad, Texas Roadhouse had to make a statement about it. Just because you made that statement don't mean I'm still going. Hell no. To mess with a person's food that's paying for it, even if they're not paying for it, to mess with someone's food is the highest level of disrespect. And those people in the group chat, they say they hate black people so much, but they're so obsessed. They're always thinking about ways to mess with them, ways to do this, ways to do that. I'm like, if I hate something, I'm not trying to think about something. It's really that they're obsessed. They want to be us so bad. I ain't gonna, if Texas Roadhouse don't say they got cameras everywhere in the kitchen, don't go.
Yo, so why did I just see on my For You page that Texas Roadhouse is getting canceled right now because they got a group chat with like racist white people saying that they're going to tamper all the black people's food and target us, and whenever we go to their restaurants and stuff like that, they're going to make sure our food doesn't come out the right way. Like what? Like what's going on? Like I did like the rolls at Texas Roadhouse, but I'm not going there ever again. I don't care. Like I'm not eating there because like that's unacceptable for one, and then for two, like their response to the video or whatever, I didn't like it at all. Like it just didn't seem like they really cared. They just wanted to keep our black dollars with us. Like, no, we're not doing that. We need to support black owned businesses. They need to bring the prices down first so we can support them even more. Even if they keep the prices high, we still need to support them because like this is getting ridiculous for real. That's why I'm so pro black, because like we get hated on for no reason. We don't be doing nothing to nobody. So like I'm so confused as to why we're being targeted all the time. Like it don't make no sense to me. Like we literally just be living in our own world and like people would just hate on us for no reason. Like it don't make no sense. Like that's why I just cook my own food for real. I don't even eat out like that no more because like nobody got time for that. Like why am I getting profiled just because of the color of my skin? Like that don't even make no sense. So like Texas Roadhouse like making a statement just because they lost their verification is crazy to me. Like y'all didn't even care for real. Y'all just lost that verification and y'all want to keep y'all sales up. That's why y'all want us to, you know, support y'all or whatever. But no, that's done. Like we're not doing that. And then on top of that, the group chat should have never been made in the first place. And y'all definitely probably knew about that group chat because there's like 400,000 people in there. So how did y'all not know? Like that don't even make no sense to me. So yeah, y'all are not getting my black dollars, and I hope a lot of y'all stop supporting them too, because them roles are not that good to be supporting racism like at all.
So there's a controversy that has been circulating on the internet and is trending over Texas Roadhouse, where it was allegedly claimed that certain people were planning to, poison their black customers and all that. Even though this is allegedly, and Texas Roadhouse has come out to debunk that claim and to try to clear the air over the subject matter. And so we'll be looking at reactions by black Americans who are saying, no, we're not going to take that risk. No, we're keeping our black dollars. We don't want to endanger our lives in such issues. It's like what happened in the Asian boycott. And so they're boycotting the Texas Roadhouse. All credit to the original content creators. If you're coming across my YouTube channel, you're welcome. If this is your first time, you can give us a subscription and a thumbs up. And so we'll be diving right into the video, and at the end of the day we'll come to give you our personal opinion and analysis on the subject matter. So hang in there, guys.
There's a group chat full of 400,000 racist white people, white servers apparently, from Texas Roadhouse and the Logan's restaurant. So what they're trying to do is if someone black comes into one of their restaurants, they will take their order, the servers will take their order, they will make the food in the back, and the people in the back will spit in their food, they will lick their fingers and put it all over the food, but only to black people. So yeah, that is pretty disturbing, and Texas Roadhouse on TikTok did respond to this. The typical corporate response of like, they are committed to treating every customer with respect, that there is no discrimination or no one is treated unfairly, things like that. Then they made another response saying that they found the reports unfounding or something, but they're still investigating. But this is the post from either the page or it was just posted somewhere on Facebook, and the person responding is a real person. I found their profile, so this is a real person responding to this post. Now personally, I don't believe it's 400,000 servers between Texas Roadhouse and Logan in this group. I do, however, believe that there are around 400,000 racist people, or maybe it's not even 400,000. I just don't think it's all just servers. I think it's just a group of racist people. All I can say for us black folk is do not eat at Texas Roadhouse, do not eat at Logan's. And I normally don't say don't eat at a place. I don't advocate for that, but for this, until this investigation is completed or the right people are fired, just don't eat at these places. Y'all stay aware and stay safe.
This tip-off was originally posted by Nancy Smith in a white pride group. It was subsequently reshared by numerous accounts and quickly sparked outrage. Some even went so far as to call on people of color to stop patronizing Texas Roadhouse.
First of all, the food really is not that good. Okay, so the black dollar, we need to stop putting it places because we can cook. We can cook better than that food tastes, and y'all know it. Stop going to Texas Roadhouse. Stop going to anywhere that you can't watch them preparing your food. If it ain't Chipotle, Subway, some other kind of way, we will not be eating there until this list comes out and we see every restaurant, every location, every person who's been doing shit to our food. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. Find the list. Somebody do us a favor here now. We were asking you a favor. I need you to infiltrate that list. Screenshot it. Okay, and there may or may not be a reward for it. So get on that.
It was never safe for us to eat out anyway. And now that we see Texas Roadhouse being under fire for their employees coming out in a group chat on Facebook or a group on Facebook talking about how if they see black diners come in, they spit in their food, they lick their fingers and put it in their food, and them not telling us what it is the cooks do. But this is something we should have been known, because I want y'all to understand. Yes, this is horrible. This is biological warfare. This is terrorism, domestic terrorism at its finest. But I also need y'all to understand that it was already an issue anytime you go out to eat anywhere, because hygiene and lack thereof comes into play. Believe me, I worked in fast food for a long time. I was the assistant GM for multiple different restaurants, and I know how people's hygiene is lacking. So that coupled on top of the fact that we have to deal with anti-blackness, and you may be having somebody serving you or somebody making your food that just don't like you because of the way you look, that's always a risk we take. If that food is not prepared by us, if we don't see ourselves making that food, if we don't see somebody like us, we're taking a really big risk. And I can't tell you how many times I've ended up sick. Lots of people get food poisoning from going out to eat. It's not just oopsie daisies or a once-off thing. But I thought this was already a known thing, that we don't eat it if we didn't see you cook it. The same way that we say that we don't eat other people's food, we don't eat other people's cooking when they bring the potluck or whatever the case is, that same thing should apply to going out to eat, because these people don't fuck with us for real. And will go as far as announcing to the world that they are spitting in our food because of the color of our skin.
Texas Roadhouse, I'm trying to understand how all the snow crickets and the goddamn Claritin warriors are on Facebook, 400,000, and they work and serve for you. I'm confused. You have a safe space for racists? And it's rampant. This has been going on for years. What is going on? You got the snow crickets leaping, jumping, hopping, happy. Girl! And then you gonna put a goddamn ChatGPT statement out because you lost your verification? I can't conceptualize that. I can't put that. It's no words. I don't understand. Like 400,000. Do you know, bitch, that's a country. You got a country of racists within a country of racists. Y'all have lost your goddamn mind to think that I'm going to sit here. That's why y'all throw the peanuts on the...
So y'all ain't gonna talk about how Texas Roadhouse tried to say they can't see their comments because TikTok didn't unverify them. Due to losing verification, our comments are not being seen. Y'all can see exactly what the people talking about. So basically, they came up with this lie because it's a Facebook group that's been found. The Facebook group has over 400,000 people that's admitting to contaminating black people's food when they eating at the restaurant. Texas Roadhouse was one of the restaurants that were mentioned, and people are in their comments. So now they're trying to say they can't see their comments. Do anybody remember when that girl found them staples in her biscuits at Texas Roadhouse and the manager tried to gaslight her? Whole time it's making sense.
This Texas Roadhouse situation is so scary to me because you really don't know what people are doing with your food before you get to it. before it gets to you. I used to have a friend I went to high school with, and then we worked together for a while together. And she used to work at Buffalo Wild Wings, and she told me that if a table was rude, they would give them the Buffalo Wild Wings special, which would mean that they would do stuff to your food. They would put it in the dishwater first, and then take it out and cook it, and then give it to you, or like all kinds of heinous things. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And she's like, no, that's what happens. You got to be careful. You know, that's where the whole like premise of you got to be nice to your waiter because they're going to spit in your food. My mom is from the South, so she was always big on you never eat at anybody's house, or be very careful whose house you're eating at. Eat before you go. And to this day, my mom still does not like going out to eat. She'd rather cook her own food, because she'll say, like, you don't know what they're doing to your food back there. You don't know what they're putting in it. And I would always say to her, Mom, well, you don't know what the butcher's doing in the back either. And she's like, I don't care. I know once it gets to me what I'm doing with it. And I feel like sometimes the only recourse you have is to maybe pray over your food. But I think it is kind of scary that in a day and age of DoorDash, you don't know what the driver's doing. It's just scary how many people have access to things that you don't know about.
Yo, I just seen a post in it. There's a whole racist group chat of like 400,000 people that are tampering with like black people's foods at the restaurants. They specifically mentioned Texas Roadhouse and this other place called Logan's. Now you can't even trust going to, I mean, I'm sure this ain't nothing new, to be honest, but now they're just out in the open. I can't ever go to Texas Roadhouse.
So apparently a racist group chat on Facebook emerged where they're admitting to doing stuff to black people's food at Texas Roadhouse and Logan's. I'm really glad that this was brought up, because do y'all remember, like, probably around this time last year, that a black family went to Texas Roadhouse and they found staples in their biscuits? I know with every fiber of my being that this has been going on for much longer than we think. They said that it started around the time that the Carmelo Anthony trial started. Okay, boom. That not like just a couple months ago, before earlier this year, right? We have to start pulling our money back from these corporations, because here's the truth, right? And we can be mad at Texas Roadhouse all we want to, but here's the truth. This is how big business really works. We have to really start thinking about corporations for what they are. We have to really start thinking about white supremacy for what it is, right? Racism for what it is. Corporation, a business of that size, of that conglomerate, is just a bunch of individuals with their own morals, their own prejudices, and their own biases, working for a corporation, creating a culture and a system. That is how white supremacy works, right? Everyone's like, well, I'm not racist and da 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 da. This is the system. The system is the individuals who hold biases, are in positions that affect our everyday lives. So the only way to really defeat white supremacy and racism is for us to start being the system ourselves. We have to start creating our own systems, our own food places, our own grocery stores, our own agriculture, our own everything. This is not just white people. Like, I'm not just saying just black people we need to do this. I'm saying all people. Until we start doing things for ourselves, the longer that we wait for the system to fix it, the less likely it is to get done. It's actually never going to happen, because the system isn't a system. It's a collective, right? And until we as the collective start doing for ourselves, the system itself is never going to fix itself. But we just have to pick somewhere to start. My place is, let's start with the food. Because the way that all of this food is coming up, something's wrong with the food, whether it's people doing something to the food coming back with salmonella and psychospora. It's an issue. We need to take back control of our food system first. Because if we can feed each other, that's a great start.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more than that little statement, boo. Yes, I know y'all been seeing, but if y'all have not been seeing, yeah, Texas Roadhouse, step of the light. So if y'all don't know, it's a group on Facebook with none but colored people. And it's about 400,000 of them in there. Now, through the midst of, all the, let's be clear, the racism that they got going on in there, a lot of restaurant employees talk about what they do when they have a black customer. Now, one of the most talked about restaurants and that people have noticed is Texas Roadhouse. Well, a lot of their employees are in there on the fake pages talking about what they do when they see a colored person, and they talk about like they spit in the food, they rub it on the floor, they bring it out nasty, yada 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 you. Now them rolls, them rolls fire. I need the rolls every day. They come out fresh. I can see that. But my food, not gonna lie, a couple times it has been nasty. And All Texas Roadhouse did was just make a little statement. No, babe, we want to see action. We need to get them folk up out of there. Yeah, because see, y'all be hiring anybody, and I did have a bad experience the last 2 times I went. I ain't been back since. Because them ribs was real cold, and I was mad. But that's so crazy that y'all even letting people get away with their lives. Nobody's seeing these people, or they lying on y'all. Like, somebody got stuff to like real quick. Because, yeah, about my food, I never play. If I ever get a plate of food, and I see any type of saliva or dirt, the way I'm walking through that kitchen and running a muck through, everybody getting on the grill. But that gotta stop. Texas Roadhouse, that little quick little story post y'all did, yeah, no, we need to see action. Go ahead and make a quick little document on who you all firing and pressing charges on. We need that now. Yeah, because y'all finna start losing a lot of business. A whole lot of business. So somebody better come to the forefront. Them roads can't save y'all. Well, they might. Damn, no bitch is good. But no, you know the fact. But that's crazy. Like, I just don't get it. It's just never that serious. Like, there's no way black people piss y'all off that bad. Like, it's just no way that black people piss y'all off that bad. We gotta do better. Like, y'all gonna end up getting hurt. I'll put a bitch in the grease and on the grill by my food, but you gonna be sizzling like that steak. I promise you. I need the CEO to speak out. I don't care about no little note from the HR team. I need the CEO to step in the lights. Somebody must be dealt with. Who around here spitting and wiping it with their ass? Somebody must come to the forefront, love. I know you laugh.
I didn't even know this was taking place, but Texas Roadhouse lost their verification checkmark right here on this platform. And they released a statement, and I'm going to tell you why. So this is the statement they released. I'll let you pause to read. They also released this statement. I'll let you pause to read it. So Texas Roadhouse is facing a lot of backlash, and I don't even know if it's due to any fault of their own. I really don't know the context behind it. What I can tell you is that you can pause to read this, and this is why they are facing backlash. I will not read it, but you can pause to read it. So that post came from a Facebook group, and this Facebook group is all white people. It's a white and proud group. I'm just going to be honest. That's what the group was called. But somebody made the group public at some point. And when it went public, a bunch of black people and people of color basically infiltrated the group, basically. And it happened weeks ago, but since then, they have been going back and forth in that group, racist against black people, racist against people of color, because they feel like their group is taken over and they've made a new group. But somebody in the group decided to post that statement saying that they work for Texas Roadhouse, and there's just a known fact amongst people, white racists who work at Texas Roadhouse, that when a black table orders food from them, they purposefully sabotage their food. They purposefully compromise their food. That's the word I was looking for. A lot of people have stated, and there's videos on here of people who've had bad experiences at Texas Roadhouse, people of color, black people. And I don't know how that video got away from Texas Roadhouse and this one got their attention, but because of that, they've lost their check mark and they are trying to quote unquote make things right. They said that their hospitality is unreasonably crazy when it comes to people of color and black people. I don't know Texas Roadhouse. I don't eat at Texas Roadhouse. I don't even remember a time eating at Texas Roadhouse. We have one here, but I never go there. I don't know. I don't think the statement's going to be strong enough. I don't think your argument's going to be strong enough. You might need to do some internal investigations, and this should have been the case to begin with.
Former Texas Roadhouse servers are coming to the internet and telling their story after they were written up for mentioning racist seating arrangements. They called these areas color sections, and they would often be back by the bathrooms or back by the kitchen. Now, personally, I've only been to Texas Roadhouse a handful of times, so I can't recall, but I can recall this happening at multiple other restaurants. There's been a few times where I've walked into a restaurant. The one time I'm thinking of right now is a Denny's. I walked into a Denny's and I looked around, and it was literally white people on one side and black people on one side. And I was like, did they do this on purpose? And then another time, I remember I walked into an Applebee's and it was the same way. It was white people on this side and black people on this side. And I know people don't seat themselves in these type of restaurants. So clearly something is going on, and I'm sure the employees, the people that work there, would know best. But I see why they wouldn't speak up, because a lot of those people that work those type of jobs, they need their jobs. They can't risk their job trying to call something out. A few brave ones did, but at the end of the day, it needs to be called out. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever walked into a restaurant and clearly seen that it was segregated.
Yeah, the communities, I have 2 of them close by me, and I live in a rural Texas community, and I live in ones that historically have said they're very, very racist. I own businesses in them, and trust me, anytime they let me know, they can open me or shut me down. So I didn't know that when moving here from Colorado, where I bought my preschools, that they were in such communities that had a lot of history of racism. Was everybody there bad? No, there's a lot of sweet, but trust me, they let me know very quickly that I was black in their community. Anytime a parent got mad, or heck, the director literally shut my school down and had the nurse to go online and do a little rampage, and all the people in the community like reposting text messages and, oh, she didn't do this. Listen, if you're not collecting funds and you literally took it upon yourself to close my business down without my permission, yeah, make it make sense. Where's the money coming from? But they're on there doing their little crazy stuff. And so the communities that those two restaurants are out here by me, I wouldn't be one bit shocked. But my mom always told me, like, if you're rude to people, be careful, because when she was in high school, she worked at a Taco Bell, and anytime customers would be rude, the staff would spit in their cups, swirl it, and drink it. So she just told me, don't send stuff back, be very kind, or eat at home and cook at home. So, for the reason in this terrible economy anyway, just to cook at home. And as Black customers, we can choose where we want to spend our coins and our dollars. There's so many great restaurants of color. Eat there. Let them have that processed, nasty biscuits that they're serving. I'm unbothered. I like seasoning on my food regardless. Just not my vibe. So yeah, I just try to support businesses that support us. And it's sad that the country is so divided right now. And I want everybody to be able to live together, love together, and all those different things. But listen, a lot of times I've done my research and I took a lot of courses in college, and the Black community was way better when it was segregated. To be honest, our kids actually got educated. They had kids and instructors that looked like them, that actually cared about them in the community, and they were able to see Black excellence every single day. And then we decided that we'd integrate, and it's been a nightmare since. So obviously, I'm a Christian. We all should get along. But at the end of the day, if we're not welcome there, quit visiting there. Like, make it make sense. Especially when there's so many amazing Black businesses that we can use our Black dollars at. We need to do more of that.
Hello and good evening. Listen, don't mind me, my head's cold. I don't know if y'all have heard about this White and Proud group chat. Now, again, full disclosure, because I like to laugh and I'm foolish, I infiltrated and made a couple of comments. I ain't gonna lie. But y'all know that's not what I want to talk about. Why they got Roadhouse out here fucked up. Now Roadhouse done had to come out and make statements, and people about to get fired because them people posted in their little racist group chat that they spit in Black people's food. And it's not just the servers, the cooks and the busboys are all in on it. And now Roadhouse is out here saying, we don't support that. That's not us. And they got their check removed. They are no longer verified. When y'all gonna learn racism is expensive? Not only is y'all gonna cause these people, Roadhouse, to lose their business, but y'all gonna lose y'all jobs too. And I really hate that for myself because I love them rolls. Them rolls have me in a chokehold. I tell y'all, I don't even go for the food. I don't care about the steak. I don't care about the fries. I only go for the rolls, y'all. And you know you can buy a bag of them rolls, a half a dozen at a time. The next morning, with just some regular butter and your coffee, and racists done ruined it for everybody. The fuck? That's it. That's all I got. I'm going to bed now. Okay, bye.
Palm-colored people are weird. They've always been weird. There's maybe like a select few of them that are cool as shit, but the rest of them are weird. When you don't like somebody, you pay them no money. They don't exist to you. You don't talk to them. You don't hang around them. You don't put yourself in proximity of them. They don't exist to you. Yet, there are so many white people that hate other races, but you go out your way to be in the mix with those races. I don't get it. It's such a large amount of palm-colored people that don't like Black people. But when you see them in neighborhoods that don't belong to you, might I add, you go out your way to be in their business. It's so weird, right? Like, because it literally could all be so simple, but you rather make it hard. I don't get it.
So, for context and pretext, I am talking about the information that is going around about this Facebook group that apparently was full of servers, cooks, and people who work in some corporate-owned / franchisee-owned restaurants where they are tampering with Black customers' food. Spit, farting on food, touching their food, doing shit, just doing stuff to people's food, okay? It doesn't matter what, it's just all wrong, okay? Now, first of all, most corporate / franchisee owned restaurants, and especially at least where I live here in Louisville, Kentucky, are not black owned. So whether we go and support those restaurants or not, they probably don't care. Does it make a dent in their pockets? We have seen that with the Target situation. We've seen that with any places that we've actually stood 10 toes down and boycotted and said we're not doing it anymore. We do see that it has an effect. Does it always result in people getting fired or these businesses being shut down? Not always. Can it help incite change? Most of the time it does. But here's what I want to touch on. First of all, because of the things that are happening within the government, there's a lot of protections and things that have been removed and caused a lot of the mess we've got going on. So the parasite outbreak, these food recalls, a lot of these illnesses and things that are making reemergences is because of the things that have been taking place over the last couple of years. So we need to be aware and careful and cautious when we are talking about the places that we occupy, where we spend our money, where we're getting our foods and things of that nature at. So about a week ago or two, I made a video saying, please go out, support farmers markets. There was a reason why I said that. This is the said reason. You can get locally grown and operated foods, even down to your meats, for those that, eat meat, vegetables, fruits, flowers, a lot of goods from farmers markets. And in most cities, you probably have about 3 or 4 or more local markets that get ran during the season on the weekends. Now here in Louisville, we happen to have, I think there's one that operates on a Tuesday or Wednesday, but most of ours are on Saturday, and then we have a couple that happen on Sunday, which gives people opportunities. We also have locally owned stores, grocers, or meat counter type butcher shops that typically get produce locally. We have fruit and farm market stands that are open here 7 days a week. So we don't have to rely on corporate owned places to obtain foods from you guys. Now here's what I'm going to encourage to happen. One, start going and shopping and getting foods from these places. I'm not saying that no, we can't go out to eat, but you might want to start being very selective about where you're going to eat. Black people, y'all might want to start figuring out where our black owned restaurants are. I think it's time for us to start a thread, just like we had to do when it came down to the whole nail salon situation. When it's come down to anything and we are encouraging people to shop not only local, but black owned, I think it's time that we spread that a little even further. The people that are crashing out, the racists, the people who are blatantly racist, they're crashing out and they're ramping up, and it's becoming very dangerous. We ain't got time to play, y'all. They are messing with us medically. They're messing with the food. They're messing with jobs. They're messing with people's safety. They're messing with people's livelihoods. They are messing with people just overall down to this whole deportation mess that we are facing and dealing with. Like, it's all the way around. And until we all do something in some way, I don't care how small it is, let's help us rebuild our communities and our resources. Period, point blank. It's time to build our resources. And knowledge is power.
I don't care what nobody say, and I don't want to hear nothing. Don't even try me, because I'm not to be played with. I am Christianity. I'm very Christianity, but I'm not that type of Christianity. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let this go. There is not masses for centuries of black people deciding to wake up and unalive themselves by way of a tree and a rope. There's no way. Number one, black people have been through the storm and the rain, high waters, and you pick the struggle. We done been through it. So we know how to go through. We're very strong individuals. No one can't try to convince me that there are masses, several hundreds, and then there are no stories of no other cultured people doing this. Did y'all think about that? There are no other stories of any other cultures being found this way. When I heard about this Facebook group, I'm going down several streets, just go with me. This 400,000 group chat on Facebook with nothing but pale people, racist pale people, talking about what they be doing to people food at Texas Roadhouse. Is it Texas Roadhouse and Logan's? This seems to come up every time somebody is in a specific office. The principal, anytime the principal, he carries that spirit. And for the life of me, y'all wanted to call this man, he Christianity, he does, he that. That man, Jesus, I'm trying not to put on that straight, Jesus. I know, I'm having several conversations right now, but he literally invokes the spirit of racism. He invokes it, okay? But doesn't hear. Some people say, some people go blame it on so many other things, whatever. Do you mean to tell me it's a group chat of 400,000 people being funny, laughing, and kikiing in a group chat, talking about what they be doing to people food who's black? And then y'all want us to believe that we are the only culture people that are being found on trees, being unalived, and we're doing it ourselves? You really want us to believe that? See, I could go down this street, but people don't understand the true reason why this is happening to brown people. Because we can take that. I'm not going to go there. I'm trying. When I tell y'all there are demons operating in industries and places, these are high-ranking spirits for this hour and this time. High-ranking. I don't care who don't like this conversation. I don't care. I'm not here for you. If you don't like this conversation, then I'm not here for you. Amen. There are high-ranking spirits that is literally targeted for this hour. The hour that is now, which is what we're calling the end times. For the life of me, people piss me off because why is you playing with my food? Because you're playing with my food. Saliva? Oh, no. So I guess, and I don't know how true this is, Texas Roadhouse got their blue check taken, I think on TikTok or something like that. So they had made a statement and all these other things. And let me tell y'all, black people, we love us some Texas Roadhouse. We love that bread and that fake butter. That butter is so fake, y'all. They come some butter spread. That is not butter. Butter is not real. That is not for real. This is so disturbing because why is you playing with people's food? That's so low down. That is so, it makes me mad. And here's the thing. Someone will still find a reason why it's okay for this group chat on Facebook and for them to talk about servers contaminating food before they get to the people. Y'all will still find a reason. Well, you know, sometimes y'all will still find a reason, okay? Just like with people being hanging from trees. Y'all finding every reason why that's okay. Do y'all understand that y'all are coming into agreement with demon activity when y'all think that's okay? Well, you know, he was like George Floyd. Well, he was that means you're in agreement. You're agreeing to, oh, he was a bad person, huh? So bad because someone has a past they deserve to be unalive by the hands of someone else. Like, what are we saying? That's how you know demons and devils is real. That's how you know they're really operating in this hour. Demonic activity. Anybody that hates other races, it's demonic. It's a spirit. It's a full spirit, and it's super demonic. And it's come from the spirit of hatred and other things. This group chat is crazy. This is why you pray over your food. This is why when I be going to restaurants, you make somebody mad. I'm just gonna leave. You sure? I don't want your food. I will pull off at the window. I didn't piss you off because you mad. My sister always be telling me, don't make them mad because they gonna be doing this stuff to our food. So you be nice to the people. You gotta be nice to the people. But it sounds like even if you're nice, they spitting in your food. Saliva. That's weird activity.
So welcome back, guys, to my YouTube channel. This is quite crazy. You know, this scandal, this subject matter deserves the due attention of the FDA and other relevant investigative bodies, even the FBI, because naturally I'm not someone who eats outside. I've had the privilege of working in a fast food environment, and just working in the fast food environment, it's enough for you to understand the implication that you are actually putting your health into somebody's hands. And I can tell you many times, when it comes to the subject of hygiene, it varies from persons to person, and that is why I and my wife are very careful where we eat, how we eat. We need to be so certain of the person who is serving our foods, because we've had situations where servers who were bringing people's food felt maybe the way you spoke to them or the way you addressed them, they did not like it. They could put stuff into your meal. And now all of a sudden this issue about Texas Roadhouse is coming up, and it is generating buzz, because first and foremost, they did not know when the group was removed from from private to public, and they were not aware where they were put, on public, and they did not know when the group also was infiltrated by people who were not obviously white supremacist or white inclinated in their thinking. And so this information is coming out, even though they are coming out to do what we call crisis management or control, which is trying to debunk such information. But you can't take that away, and that is scary when you have a group of 400,000 people in modern day America sitting down to discuss on how they intend to poison foods that belong to people of color and melanated people, black folks. It begins to raise the question, how free is America? How safe is the services that you have been receiving? Not just because this is still coming out from the midst of the Asian boycott. How safe is people of color, minority groups in the United States, if we can't trust these people with what we eat? And this is what I keep talking about from day one. This is the reason why the Black American community needs to rally up. This is the reason why the Black American community does not just need to sit down and do a whole lot of talking. This is the reason why we need to begin to pull resources together. This is the reason why we need to begin to control certain chains of command when it comes to production. Don't just be a consumer community. Like we always talk about, we have the black dollar, we controls, have expenditure of approximately 4 trillion, US dollar annually, It's not just enough. It's not just enough to be the consumers of these goods and services, because whatever these multinational corporations hand down to you, you take it. It is time for black-owned businesses to begin to control the chain of supply and demand. Not just be on the demands, but be on the control chain of control supply and demand, so that you are to an extent sure of what is being given to you, who is giving you what, and you are treated with that humanity, that respect, that value that you deserve as a person. Because who knows how many other eateries out there are doing the same thing? This is exposed today. What about those that are not exposed? What about those that are functioning behind the scene that the average black American is not aware of? And so these are dangerous times, and these are dangerous seasons. These are not just times to take your children out to eat out because you don't know who and what is in their heart. Racism most times is not written on the forehead, and so it goes back to the case that sprang out sometime 2008 or some Texas Roadhouse, where a family was demanding that they would not have a black person serve them. They preferred a white server. And so there's been controversy on who and what not. And so I think it is important that we take our black dollar and create an ecosystem that is friendly.